Hello, everyone. This is Suzanne Hart. I trust you're well. Happy Tuesday. I know many of you are on your lunch break, and welcome to Fit, Fab, and Fulfilled. This section is called Lose the Baggage, and it's about health, fitness, and wellness mastery, right? It's about mastering yourself, the person that you are in the world. And I am privileged to sit here with Ms. Julie Pittman. But before I jump in,
Rogers.
Julie Rogers, absolutely.
3.0.
These name changes, got to keep up. So before I jump in, though, let's give a minute for people to join us. I know many people are starting on their lunch break. Let me see who I see. I see Taria. I believe I see Dawn. I see a like from Camellia. So there's people joining us, and we're going to give a minute or two to join. And we're going to be talking about mastering your health, your fitness, and your wellness. And they're three very distinct things, as Julie will explain as she's gone on this journey. This is about the end of a challenge and the beginning of another. And Julie has been on a health journey, a health challenge for the past probably 6 months, and we interviewed her earlier. So if this is an interview or something that you think that your friends will value, please feel free to share the link, share it to your page, share it to your group, share it with a friend who might be challenged with their health, fitness, and wellness. And this information you think, oh my goodness, this will be of absolute value for them. So go ahead and share. And so, before we started, Julie, I did a survey, and we were asking people, like, what were the biggest challenge? And we asked them if it was time, that get in the way of our health. We asked people if it was their environment, right, who they're surrounded themselves with. We asked people if it was a lack of diet and nutrition, like they didn't have the information. And we also asked them if it was kind of like willpower. Right? You know that thing, willpower?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it was interesting to see what people said. But one of the cool things was the one that didn't get in, if that wasn't a challenge, was diet and nutrition. And it would seem that people know exactly what to do. Which is so interesting.
Yeah.
Who else do we have joining us? Tria says hi, Suzanne and Julie.
Hi.
Yeah, so we've got some people. So I'm excited for this interview, and I'm excited to sit down and talk with you. So I'm talking with Julie 3.0, Julie Rogers. She is the founder of Color and Soul Cosmetics. This woman can work magic with cosmetics. So for all us ladies who like or don't like makeup, I don't particularly like makeup, or I didn't till I met Julie. Mm-hmm. She has a line that allows you to do your due, and feel like you got nothing on your skin. I love it. I love it. And
I'm noticing, I have to say, Suzanne, I'm noticing the new primer, the powdered primer. You're a lot less shiny. So
see, look at that.
I love it. Because I didn't get the chance to ask you, but I see the result. So
yeah, I still have my healthy glow though.
Yeah, you have the healthy glow, but I created a powdered primer, because Suzanne has some of the oiliest skin I've ever seen in my career.
I'll never age.
I mean, she's gonna look like this at 90 because of this great oily skin. And so I made a powdered primer to control her oil before she put on her makeup, and I'm seeing that it's working.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me
so
too. Me too.
Yeah.
I love it. and so yeah, Julie, founder of Color and Soul. And I'll tell you, when I went to see Julie for the first time, I went to get my consult, and she sits in front of you and she starts grinding your makeup. I really mean it. Like, she starts mixing the minerals, and she was holding up and going, okay, this is your low color, this is your highlights, this is that, this is the color of your cheeks. And I was like, what? And then she sent me home with my little package. Mm-hmm. And the beautiful thing, for those of you that are listening, it's foolproof. It is. It's foolproof because it's your stuff. It's your colors. It's kind of hard to go wrong.
Yeah.
And take it from someone who has pretty low, no idea what she's doing when it comes to this stuff. And she just gave me a few tips, and I was like, okay, we're off to the races.
You did good.
So Julie hails from the DC area, the tri.
Yes.
What do you guys call that?
We call it the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Yes.
People thought it was Department of Motor Vehicles, but it's actually DC, Maryland, and DMV. I'm a native Southeast girl, Washington, DC, native born. And I've lived here my whole life. I've never lived anywhere else. I'm scared to come to Canada. I may not want to come back.
Yeah, well, you come in winter, you'll be running. South. You come in summer, that might be a whole other ball game. So yeah. Julie, welcome.
Thank you.
And so for those of you that are just joining us, I interviewed Julie probably Octoberish, late last year. And I called her interview "Knowledge is Not Always Power." I love Napoleon Hill. And what struck me about this, so Julie, I didn't tell people like your big long titles. So if you could let people know what's your title and in relation to health and nutrition and what you've done in the past, so I can set the context for this interview so they really get the magnitude of this. So tell everybody what's your title and what do you do?
Okay, so I am a holistic skin specialist and holistic life coach, as well as I'm certified as an iridologist. I'm certified in body health awareness, muscle testing. I am a professional makeup artist, and I am a formulator of mineral cosmetics specifically targeted for women of color. So I'm just this sort of inside out beauty walking talking encyclopedia, and that's what I specialize in. I specialize in beauty from the inside out, and there was no way to treat your skin without dealing with your whole body, because your skin is from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. So I'm dealing with the largest organ on the human body, and it is reactive to all kinds of different things that go on inside your body. So I became an herbalist so that I could be a more effective skin specialist. And as we speak right now, I'm sitting in the office of Georgetown Skin here in Washington, D.C., working with Dr. Howard Brooks, who is a fantastic dermatologist here in the Washington, D.C. area, who is just genius. And he brought me on here in the office because I'm the yin to his yang. So while he does the medical side and make sure you don't have skin cancer and your moles don't bleed and all kinds of great stuff like that, he answered the call of his patients for more natural alternatives to care for and heal the skin. So we're here doing our yin and yang thing here at Georgetown Skin.
So this is the interesting thing. So when I sat down with Julie, she knew so much about nutrition that it pretty well blew my mind. But this was the interesting thing. When I met Julie, she had all this knowledge, but she was struggling around her weight. She was struggling around some areas with her health and fitness. She was struggling and clearly frustrated. And so the reason I called her last interview "Knowledge is Not Always Power" is because she had all the knowledge, and the curious thing was why she wasn't applying it. What was the disconnect? Right?
Is that as you're asking me what it was?
Well, we're gonna talk about that disconnect. And I think one of the things that we first talked about that was really powerful for you was this whole idea of health being a journey. So share with people what that meant for you.
So yeah, to have the knowledge, there's a reason why the Bible says, "Physician, heal thyself." Because you can have a huge amount of knowledge and know how to help other people, and still in your own humanity have issues of for lack of a better term, undeserving. I was going through a difficult marriage that has ended in divorce. I was stressed to the max. And the funny thing is that I am not a stress overeater. I was not a stress eater. I was actually a stress non-eater. And so my overweight problem wasn't even because I was eating too much. It was actually because I was not eating enough.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing what to do, that is, the 4 to 6 small meals and all of that, with 4 kids and a difficult marriage and a business, and I'm losing my mind. So when I'm like that, the last thing I think about is eating. I would get to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and be headachy and dizzy and going, what is wrong with you? And then it's like, fool, you haven't eaten since yesterday. So, but it would not occur to me to eat. And so then, of course, what the body does, and I know better. So now you're in starvation mode. And now I eat, and it might be one meal, but it was often late. And you don't know how hungry you are till you start eating. And now you're eating, and now you're ravenous. So now you've eaten too much, too late, and you're in starvation mode. And so your body says, oh, I'm keeping these calories for the next time this chick decides to starve herself. So I was so the greatest thing, when I met you with your little smart self, because I love Suzanne because she's so matter of factly smart. So when you go, well, have you done it? She very politely goes, yes, I have. And I went, hmm. And I asked another question. She said, as a matter of fact, I have. So it's like when you're a big know-it-all and someone very quietly and sweetly puts you in your place and introduces something to you that you didn't know, it just opens up and changes the whole ball game. So the what you provided for me within my program was a source of quick, dense, high nutrition that has allowed me, even in with everything that I've been going through, to wake up in the morning and infuse myself with nourishment. So now my one meal a day was okay because I've started the day with a wonderful infusion of deep nutrition. Had my one meal, because if I ate once a day, it would generally be in the middle of the day. And then stressed out, be able to toss down some more dense nutrition. So even though my stress levels are going down and I'm getting better, it was a bridge between the original bad habit and the change.
Got it. Got it. So part of it was nutrition that was easily accessible,
Yes.
right? Easily accessible, something you could do really quickly.
Mhm.
And you know what? That's one of the crazy things, because I know for myself, and most people look at me and they think I've never had any issues with my weight. I've been overweight by 40 pounds. I know most people can't visualize 40
I,
pounds on me.
I don't
I
recognize
know.
any of that, but okay.
And I've been underweight by about 10 to 12, which is also not so pretty,
Mhm.
because I'm not that big in the best of times, so not good. And for me, it was oftentimes, as one of the most comments that people had on there, is they just don't have the time, and not being able to actually consume the amount of food I needed to nourish my body.
Mhm.
And so the combination of whole food eating and easy accessible shakes and minerals and all those things, that combination made
Mhm.
it really good for me.
Yeah.
Now, but this is the interesting thing. And this is where I'm really excited to talk to you about, because I know that I can give you the perfect tool. I see Fazia watching, and she's going to shake her head
It's
to the
awesome.
I can give Fazia the perfect tool, right? Know exactly what to do. And for some reason, people don't use it, right? And you talked about deservability,
Mhm.
and you talked about stress. Share with everyone, and to me that's mindset. And I'm all about mastering your way of thinking, right? So talk to everyone about what you mean by deservability, because there was also a time where you had the tool
Mhm.
and decided you're not going to use it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay, help
Yeah.
me out.
So, um, one, perfectionism. And my I'm just being real transparent with you guys. Yesterday, I'm on the phone with Suzanne, and she's just doing just regular training. It wasn't even anything big. And I'm on the other line. I was so glad we hadn't FaceTime. She couldn't see me. And I got tears streaming down because I don't, she's teaching me something and I'm upset with myself because I don't understand. And I told her, I said, I feel stupid. And that was a word that was used towards me a lot as a child. You're so stupid. And I said, so when I get to a place where I don't understand or I don't get it right away, or I'm not feeling like I'm acting sharp, then I default because that voice is in my head. You're stupid. I over explain. I do all these things because I'm still trying to prove a voice wrong.
Mhm.
And it was when I said to Suzanne, okay, that's my default. And I said, I feel stupid most of the time that I talk with you. She's like, never say that again. You are never to say that again. You have to do, what did you say I had to do? It's called what? Um, to shift my thinking. What did you
Yeah.
say that was?
I said, I want you to, we're gonna work to interrupt that pattern,
Yes,
right?
to interrupt the
That,
pattern. And
that's your
that's what it
default.
was. And to change my languaging to myself that you're not stupid, be excited. I'm learning a new thing.
It's a
And
growth moment. It's a
yeah,
growth
and
moment.
yeah, and so and I'm learning a different growth system. And so that kind when you have that mindset when things around you are failing, you will tend to default to the voice that speaks when you're failing, when or you feel like you're failing and you're not really, you're just learning. And um so that was part of it. So then you get into this cycle where you know so much, but that little, that angel devil thing on your shoulder is a real thing. And it's like,
Mhm.
so much, so but why aren't you doing it? And the more that you try to get control of that, the more depressed you become. And I would find myself for days, literally days, just lying in bed, no shower, no eating, wake up and go to sleep in bed and not
Mhm.
get up. And it's something that I have fought with for many, many years. And what was really, incredible about this, we Sue's been working with me for a year, but I've been really digging in, like she said, for the last 6 to 8 months. And part of it had to do with relanguaging myself and putting a big so what to my past and starting
Mhm.
from where I am right now. And it really was because of her calm voice. I said, so what am I going to do? She said, so you're going to do you're going to drink these two shakes and you're going to have these two meals and you're going to lose 6 to 10 pounds and a bunch of inches and you're going to feel great. And you're going to do that in 11 days. And I go, yeah, right. Well, if you all have been to my Facebook page, you saw what I did in 11 days. And then you saw what I did, when I was on my own. There's a before and after of me at a size 12 doing it my way and a size 12 doing it this way. And there is absolutely no question that a simple shift in methodology and quality of tools with a mind shift makes all the difference.
And thank you. That's such a great share. And I want to really talk about a little bit about this mind shift, right? Because a lot of this has to do with those past conversations,
Mhm.
right? And I know for myself, I share this story every now and then. When I used to compete, right? I would get in. Of course, you compete, you get into kick butt, great shape, right?
Mhm.
And I'd awe myself. I'd be like, whoa, whose body is that? This was the interesting thing, though, was that in the back of my head, I had all these conversations running me about my physique, about how I looked and what it meant and all these different things. And I would actually eat myself back to a place
Mhm.
where I wouldn't get any attention, right?
Mhm.
And it
Mhm.
all had to do with my desirability, my comfort with the attention I was getting, so many things. And I know for myself also, recovering perfectionist like you, right? Get it right and don't ask questions because I don't want to look like I don't know. So I really related to you when we had that conversation yesterday. And the stress of having to be perfect
It's
is
ridiculous. ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yeah. It
Right?
used to take me 3.5 hours to get dressed every morning because I would literally look at a magazine, go to my closet, and pick out and recreate a look from a magazine as though I had the glam squad, the photographer, all the perfect lighting and everything. Now, on the good side, it makes me a really good makeup artist because people don't look like a cookie cutter because I practiced that for so long. You know, God will bring a blessing out of every sickness. And
That's right.
that was truly a sickness. And it has served me because I serve others as individuals, not try to make everybody look like me. So that part was good, but the bad part was it took me 3.5 hours to get dressed in the morning. It was ridiculous, but all because of that perfectionist. And if I don't do it all right, then I'm not going to do it at all. And
And you know, the thing about that too is, you know, we're talking, one of the big things that anybody who works with me, and I see a few people who've been through this journey, and that's listening, is this whole thing about acceptance, right?
mm-hmm,
And when I try to recreate something that's in a magazine should be a point of reference. I like that dress. I like those shoes. I like this. I like
yes,
did
yes,
her hair. It should not be a comparison,
right,
because we're always comparing apples and oranges,
mm-hmm,
always comparing, because I am blessed with the perfect body that God gave me. You are blessed with the perfect body that God gave you.
right,
Certain things about our body that it is what it is, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah,
And I think it's understanding that, you know, when each of us go on our health journey, it's not about changing us because each of us are already perfect.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah,
And I think this was where one of your learns came in, is each of us is already perfect. However, it's about taking care and respecting the person you see in the mirror. Very
mm-hmm,
different conversation, isn't it?
yes,
So
totally.
talk a little bit about that, about learning to respect and care for the person you see in the mirror.
Well, you know, one of the things that I would always teach my clients, I say everybody's not designed to be a size 6. And there are people who force themselves to get there and look terrible and feel bad. They actually get
Mhm.
sick after they lose the weight because they've done it in a wrong way with a wrong intention and wrong attitude. But what I always say is a healthy body is always its correct weight. So when
Mhm.
people would come to me and say, I'm overweight, I'd say, over whose weight? Whose weight are you over? So we don't focus on that because, like you said, you were too thin and it wasn't a good thing. And then you have those who are carrying too much, and that's not a good thing. And then I've seen some plus size girls who are shaped like great big beautiful hourglasses. And as a holistic health practitioner, using the modalities that I use, they didn't have blood pressure problems, blood sugar problems, or any of those dangerous things that we know obese people to have. Uh, and it was because they were large, but their correct size for their particular body
Frame.
chemistry and constitution. So the goal is always to get to a place where now what I started to pursue was health. That I started saying, like, I have my youngest child, I have 4 children, and I'm a grandmother, and my youngest child is 15. And this summer, I want to ride bikes with him. I want to be able to ride a bike with my son. And I did not have the stamina to do that. I couldn't take a flight of stairs. If I got on a bike and started riding with my son, 10 minutes later, I'm going, wait up, and I'm walking the bike. so,
Mhm.
so when I changed and started saying, okay, that my goal is to be healthy, and then made the shift to the nutrition, and then I walked into my ex-husband and said, I want to go to the gym. And he went, who are you really, and what have you done with Julie? so, because of my understanding now of, wanting to be, I mean, I was 200 pounds and I was cute. I was a cute fat girl. And I didn't have me and Ashley Stewart, dear friends. But now I don't have to go to her store anymore. I appreciate her service and all the glam I experienced as a big girl. Now I'm happy in my little size 12, headed toward a size 10. and I'm going to be happy in this space. And and I realized that joy is possible even when you're sad, because happiness is based on what happens to you. And what I made a conscious decision to do is to stop allowing what is happening to me and what has happened to me to affect my joy and happiness. And that in turn has made me like what I see in the mirror more.
Mm. That's powerful because one of the things is that for me, health is three places. So health is your fitness. So when you talk about being able to ride the bike and not get out of breath and actually go to the gym, right? And it doesn't have to be for a long time, but to go to the gym, move your body, that's your fitness. Mm-hmm. And then health is the nutrition, the hydration, the whole food, the nourishment, the great sleep. It's all that stuff that I say it's the stuff that your doctor checks for. It takes care of that, mm-hmm. right? And then you have your wellness, and your wellness is all here, right? Yeah. But what's interesting is your wellness rules everything. Mm-hmm. It truly does. It rules everything, because how you look at yourself and relate to yourself will determine your health. It'll determine your fitness. It'll determine your money. It'll determine all these things. So when you're saying that, I love it when you're saying that your joy and your happiness is created by how you interpret life, how you interpret your past, what you take from your past and what you let go from your past. I know for me, I really get to understand that my joy lives in my acceptance, my willingness to forgive, my willingness to be understanding, both with myself and with others, and my willingness to respect me. And I think what most people don't realize is their ability to care for themselves. This weight loss and all these things that people are looking at is really, they looked in the mirror and said, I haven't been respectful and loving of me. That's really what they're saying.
And you know what? And that, okay, so I'm recently divorced, and I married a second time very quickly after the first time. So I've been married, though, to two different people for 27 years of my life. And now the 3 out of the 4 children, one in college, but the other 2 grown and out of the house, because of certain circumstances, I had to shift my 15-year-old out of the house, and suddenly found myself alone in the house, and could not sleep a wink because of, I'm used to computers and phone conversations and shut up and turn that down and arguments and you stole my blouse and and now all of a sudden there's no sound in the house and the only voice in the house is mine. And my biggest discovery was, I like me.
It's huge.
I was establishing my value based on my performance as a mom, as a wife, as a caretaker, and you kept telling me, oh man, single life is going to be so great, and I'm surrounded by people who are single and travelers and very, very, and even those who are married who are very, very comfortable in their skin. And so when the husband's out the house, they're so happy they don't know what to do with themselves. And here I was, I'm like, I hate being by myself, like hate it. And all of a sudden, and I'm going to try and say this and not get all weepy, but I realized it was because I didn't like me enough to enjoy my own company.
Somebody got to put that in the comment section.
I did not enjoy my own company. I was always being entertaining and good company to someone else, and set my value on their happiness, pleasure, and joy with me. So I felt like without someone who enjoys me, I have no joy.
Mm-hmm. And this is the craziness, right? Is that we become more attractive when we are in love with ourselves and when we are full of joy, right?
Now, can I stop you right there? That is exactly one of the things that keeps me so connected to you, is actually watching what happens. Y'all got it. You have to see it to believe it. When Suzanne Hart walks into a room, and you're not offended when I say you're not the prettiest woman in the room.
No.
You're not offended by that because you're your own unique beauty. You understand? But let me tell you something. This lady walks into the room, and it's no different than if Beyonce, Vivica Fox, or anybody, Lisa Ray, or name anybody that you consider a beautiful woman walking in a room, a beautiful celebrity walking in a room. That was the most dynamic thing I've ever seen. And you wish you had it. And you realize, and I personally realize, the only way to have it, because you're not the only lady friend that I have who has that essence, that can walk in the room, and what I learned is it's got nothing to do with actually how you look.
Yeah.
When you walk in a room, and it has to, and here's the thing, it has to be genuine. It has to be genuine. Because if you don't genuinely feel the enjoyment of yourself, nobody else will. And I don't care how much makeup you put on. I don't care how fly your hair is. I don't care. I got a girlfriend who's bald headed and I got locks down to my waist. If I let these petals loose, my locks fall to my waist. She's 10 years older than I am. She's beautiful, but she's 10 years older and bald. Guess what? She walk in that room, men start throwing drinks at her. Drinks come from everywhere. I'm always the sidekick. And she's 65. It is, but she has that same essence that you have, where she says out loud, I just love my life. I just love my life. And you cannot tell her, you better not try to tell her that she is not the finest thing to ever walk into a room. And guess what? People agree with her because she is in agreement with herself. And that is what I finally got, and I am learning now.
Oh, well, okay. So that was just drop the mic. Nothing else to say. But I couldn't have said it better. And so this is the thing. And for everyone that's listening, this is the journey that we want to take people on. Julie just did 6 months of this, a year of this, but this is the transformation, right? Health is about, to me, it's about falling madly in love with yourself yet again. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Because when you are madly in love with yourself, you will take care of self, you will respect yourself, and you will set boundaries that are so powerful in your life that people will relate to you different. You will enter rooms in a different way. And this is the beautiful thing about what you're saying. No one can love me until I love me. And even if someone loves me and I don't love me, I can't receive that love.
Yes.
Crazy.
Receive it. Yeah, you can't receive it. Because think that they just don't know me well enough. If you really see, and again, there was a voice that used to say to me, your big bust is coming. And one day people are going to see that you're not who you say you are. And so you keep putting this face on because you're trying to avoid the big bust, the big discovery that, and I can tell you what happened with me is because of how I was brought up, you tend to then attract people who are very critical. And God is awesome because what he allowed in my life was critical people like yourself who are critical in love. In other words, you can spot BS from 1,000 miles away. Nobody, you're not no easy sell. Nobody can just walk up and tell Suzanne Hart any old thing and she just gonna la 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 just go along with it. You got to really come with some truth and reality. And that's how all of my friends are. And one day the Spirit said to me, so you're trying to tell me that this collection of human beings that are in your life who love you, honor you, respect you, are complimentary to you, put their foot in your behind when you're acting beneath yourself, And all of that, they can see BS from 1,000 miles away, but they can't see you. And that lifted something off of me. And I realized that if I am known by the company that I keep, I am a fantastic person because I got
Mm.
wonderful people, wonderful, kind, loving, professional, intelligent, watchful, take no crap. I'm going to love you. I'm going to give you my best and my all, but you better bet, you better come correct. And that's a good balance. That's a
It
good
is.
balance.
It is.
But
It is.
it brought me to that Julie, get over yourself space so that I could come into my real self and my real self and really start to appreciate my value.
So, I could talk to you all day. This is so powerful. So if what we're saying resonates with you, and you would love to, if you're listening, and you would love to go on a journey, because we're going to start another challenge, and we're calling it. What are we calling it? The New Year, New You 30-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And we're inviting you to walk with us. Julie will be supporting, I will be supporting, and it really is a holistic approach to your health, wellness, and fitness. And I say it that way because they're very distinct, but it's a transformation, right? And our goal is not, and I see Fazia, and I know if I could see Fazia, she'd be nodding because she's all her looking good, right? And this is the thing. It is about you discovering a new way to love yourself. It's about you discovering to have self-respect. It's about you discovering a new way to honor yourself. Yes, we're going to talk about exercise. Yes, we're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to give you tools and tips and resources to just blow up your nutrition in the most amazing way. We're going to give you a community that is walking in the same direction with all sorts of resources and all sorts of experts and lots of fun stuff to come. And then we're going to help you shift this,
Yes.
right? Because this is about habits. This is about thinking. This is about how you walk through the day. So if that's you, write challenge in the comment section and let us know. Just write challenge. If you're up for the challenge, write challenge in the comment section. The last thing I want to ask you, Julie, talk to everyone about first of all, declarations, declaring that you're going to do something. Because you know me, I like declarations because it closes all sorts of doors.
Yes.
So declarations and the importance of community and support as you make this shift.
So for me, indecision has always been my most destructive place, because I'm someone who pursues understanding the why of things, and the why of things leads me to then the decision to change, and that leads me to the how. And so when I'm in a place of indecision, when I don't know what to do, that's why I get so upset if I don't understand. Because if I don't understand, then I know that whatever it is I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it right because I'm operating outside of understanding. And again, I deeply appreciate you're so patient with me, because I'm like a 5-year-old, and you just go, okay, let me say it again. and you it's not with impatience, you make me feel like I'll say this 100 times, you might get it on 99, and I'll say it again to make sure that the 100th time you got it.
Yeah.
And whatever time it takes, that's what we're going to take. So you teach me to be patient with myself. And so part of the declaration, part of the decision, to nail it down, is having the willingness to be patient with yourself for the things that you don't know. And because I'll often say I don't know what I don't know, and that means I'm out of understanding. But when you make that, okay, I don't know how this is going to go, but I declare I'm going. And now the community comes in, because we are supposed to seek wise counsel. You don't follow everybody, but you follow. If you got a community of people who are willing to walk the walk and talk the talk and walk it with you, that community is what, when you get ready to drop somebody's catching you by your waist and standing you back up. When you get ready, I dropped out. I did. I dropped off the face. My girl came after me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was again, if I don't do it well, I don't do it at all. And I dropped off and I said, well, I hadn't done the first things you told me, and I didn't meet the deadlines, and I didn't, and I didn't, and I didn't. So I'm, out of respect for you, I'm not gonna waste your time.
Yeah, I wasn't buying that.
She's like, you don't get to do that. You do not get to. She said, this is your first and your last time doing that. You drop off again, I'm not gonna come get you. This time I'm coming to get you. And I'm saying to you, you do not have to do this perfectly. What you have to do is do it consistently. And to that end, so there was the community coming back for me. And then all of a sudden now, here's this group that I talk to on a regular basis, and we're sharing back and forth, and we're sharing our challenges. And in the course of sharing the challenge, somebody's got a solution. So isolation is never the solution.
Yeah.
And so doing this imperfectly, okay, I stake no claims of doing this program perfectly, but doing it imperfectly, what I can tell you is that I've gone from 197 pounds to 100, I'm talking to you right now, I'm 188 pounds. I went from 56% body fat. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm 42%. That I went from 83 pounds of muscle. I am now 101 pounds of muscle out of this weight picture. My skin has tightened and toned in a way because of the quality protein. Your skin is built on protein. So the quality of protein I'm getting in is going away. This has gone away. No more makeup cracking in the sides of my mouth. No more heavy frown lines. No more lines across my forehead. And I know that I know that I know, and I don't need y'all to tell me that I don't look 55 years old. So this is what I know. And that I have the desire to exercise so much. So 6:00 tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on a Zoom working out with Suzanne and a group in the community. That's somebody getting me up at 6 a.m. to exercise. Child, bye. but I have a new attitude and a new thought process, and I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, you and Mama J. Mama J was up this morning, and I was like, I don't even know her. I don't even know you. I don't know you girls. Because I was like, okay, who are these people? Ready to go.
Absolutely.
And Fozzie's coming. Fozzie's coming. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that fun. Community, that declaration, that, my declaration is, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going to perform for love anymore. You love me or you don't.
Love it.
Love me. And now I'm performing because I love, not to get love. And I see the difference.
So I've been talking with Julie Rogers, Julie 3.0.
3.0.
Owner of Color and Soul. Julie has gone through a transformation, started at size. What was the size?
I was a 16-18.
16-18, and now?
And now I can get in and breathe in a 10.
Woo! Right? And going for a
size 8.
Okay. And so this is a journey. And so if you want to go on a journey like this, and this is exciting for you, and we're talking about not a quick fix. We're talking about not a diet, but a lifestyle. We're talking about not deprivation, but abundance. We're talking about loving and taking care and respecting yourself. We are talking about just falling madly in love with who you are and what you have to offer the world. If that is you, put challenge in the comment section and let us know. Let us know that this is interesting. I will reach out to you. I will comment to you. Put challenge in there. Julie, if you were to say one thing to people who are listening or people that are going to listen to this, and again, before you jump off, I know this information Julie has been sharing her heart if this, this information is valuable for somebody that if share it with them, put it on their page, give it to them via messenger and say, you got to listen to this. This conversation was for you, right? Let Julie touch a life in your life in the same way she's touching people today. So share. So Julie, last comments for people that are listening.
It's time for a fresh start. It's time for a fresh start. Last year is now a fact, but it is not your truth.
Oh dear.
Your truth starts right now.
It's now o'clock.
It's now o'clock. I like that. It's now o'clock.
Baby. Yes.
And I am grateful for the last year. It was tough. There was so much going on between, I almost lost my daughter and my grandchild. I lost my marriage, but you know what? My daughter and my grandbaby are still here. Praise God. I wish my husband well. And and last year and the years before are all facts. But this year is my truth. And my job now is day by day, make it to midnight. Because at midnight starts fresh grace, fresh mercy, and a fresh start. So that's where I am, and that's what I'm in, my fresh start 50s, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
You heard it from Julie.
Come with me and rock with me.
That's right. You heard it from Julie. Fresh Start 50. 2019 is the year. It's now o'clock. It is time to begin this journey. Join us, write challenge in the comments section. And Miss Julie Rogers, Color and Soul, you have a gift.
Thank you. I believe so.
Julie came bearing gifts. I love this guest. No pressure for all the other guests. Right?
We're going to do it together. We're doing it together.
Do you want to share your gift? What is it?
What is my gift? Oh, my gift. I thought you meant my personality. Anyway.
That's the other one.
Okay. So like I said, I'm here. I'm a skin specialist here at Georgetown Skin in Washington, D.C. and under the leadership of Dr. Howard Brooks, who is a brilliant African-American, wonderful dermatologist who gets our skin and all of that. He gets everybody's skin. This practice is so culturally eclectic. It's wonderful. But he gave me permission to contribute to folks who participate in the challenge. And Sue, I don't know how we're rewarding people, but I'm contributing a reward for however you lay out how someone wins. And that is this is what these are wonderful products. This is $200. Georgetown, do I need to say more? So this is $250 in treatment cream and eye treatment. So if you're worrying about dark circles under the eyes or wrinkles around the eyes and things like that, this is going to contribute to helping to tighten, tone, lift, and move that out of the way. And this is a wonderful night cream. I'm very committed to Black skin, and these are creams and eye cream and a cream that is not greasy, that's not too heavy, but your skin just drinks it and it lifts and tones and plumps and takes you to that next level. Because not only do we have to focus on good health care and what goes in, but what goes on our skin is also very, very important. So if you got these two, and then of course, if you're working with your Color and Soul minerals, coloransoul.com, shameless plug. This is $250 worth of high-level, high-end product that we're going to give to 2 people who meet the challenge.
So the first 2 people to register for the challenge and say yes and get in communication with me, we'll hook them up.
We're gonna hook you up. All right.
Julie, as usual, it was absolutely amazing. Color and Soul.
Thank you so much.
So happy to have you here. We'll be back because we'll continue to follow you. So I'm gonna interview you again because I know you'll have more wisdom and more nuggets. Everyone that's listening, walk with us. Challenge is the word. Put it in the comment section. I will be back here next week. My topic is about commitment and persistence, which is two things that Julie learned along this journey. So we'll be talking about what brings commitment and persistence to life. And I'll be sharing the traits of my mentors, successful people who have mentored me. What are the things they have in common? So I'll see you next week, Tuesday. And Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Had a great time.
Take care, everyone.